What it feels like to me is because they got that win in the election, and because they campaigned so strongly on tax cuts and ordinary working Kiwis keeping more of their wages, blah blah blah, that they've tied those two things together. And then after 6 months of cuts, layoffs, more cuts, yes, we're borrowing money, yes, it's going to your landlord. People have had 6 months to balance out all of that front loading of bullshit to tax cut day and going, this isn't worth it. And I think people have more voted for National because of that typical Kiwi thing of like, it's time for a change. But National's gone, no, they voted for tax cuts. They're happy to see the tax cuts. So we're going to call our wins now. And it's not the win that they think it is.
Mm.
Well, the most foolish thing that Nicola and Christopher Luxon did is they bettered their jobs on these tax cuts. You know, they said they were going to resign. And so if you've bettered your job on something, you better deliver it, or else, you know, you got egg on your face. They're not John Key and Bill English, who did promise it and had to renege and give tax cuts a year later. You know, they're both foolish in that respect.
I was watching, it might have even been the working group last night, and they were talking about how finance, Nicola Willis, is actually the one running health as well, because it's all about the budgets. And really, Dr. Reti is a bit of he'll sign his name to things, but it's actually Nicola Willis, because of how she's controlling the finances, that's basically running health as well. What would you say to that?
Today I did a speech in the House, and I likened the government today to the 14 layers of a shambles of a government. You know, you've got the Prime Minister chucking Reti under the bus. You got Reti chucking the board under the bus. Yeah. You've got 11 MPs chucking the whole government under the bus. And then you've got Nicola Willis, who was not in the House today because she's overseas. She'll probably come back tomorrow and chuck Reti under the bus too. It's just absolutely shambolic. And, you know, just for them, it's just like, you know, pull your heads. And this is supposed to be your big tax cut day, but it's all distraction on all these other issues, which is why as well, I don't think they're getting the cut through that they want.
Yeah. Anything else on the financial side of things, Chewy, you want to ask?
Oh, I'm just scanning through at the moment. I'm sure I saw a story this afternoon about how job offers to nurses, graduating nurses, have been rescinded now, despite months of them going, there's no freeze, there's no hiring.
Hang on, but hang on. That's the front of house. You're only affecting the back office, we've been told. That can't be right, Chewy. You must have misread it. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have nurses leaving the country.
Isn't it a good problem to have that you got too many nurses?
Yeah.
Than you forecasted for? And you know, we'll see with the budget proactive release whether Health New Zealand actually went to the Minister of Finance and said, you know what, we're going to need a little bit more money because we've hired too many nurses, but we want to keep them in New Zealand because they've all been trained here. And so I got a message from a person called Anna in Auckland. She's just like, what is the point of me trying to finish my nursing degree if I don't have a job? Yeah. And she said, and I quoted it in the House, she said she's got friends moving to Aussie who graduated in February who are now moving to Aussie. She's just like, I want to make my family proud. I want to make my kids proud. But there's so much uncertainty. So what's the point? And that's exactly the message you're sending to what we have is the nursing shortage. We want more Kiwi nurses.
Yeah. And if they kind of start to drop out because there's no future, then we'll get this, whatever the opposite of a bubble is, a cave. Then when we get 3 years down the track, there won't be enough to replenish our stocks. And it'll be because they can't do anything about it now. So it's a different path they've taken.